So, fuck, man. It feels like it's 11 o'clock at night, but it's only 5:45. This whole new, or this whole, oh God, what's it called? This whole daylight savings thing, I'm getting ready for it to be over. This is kind of a fucking abrupt change. But had zero responsibilities today apart from cardio, which honestly is not a responsibility. As a well, as a self-respecting lifter, it's an obligation. Okay, I know you may not see it that way, but other than that, got to chill, eat some, uh, I think some Costco wontons, some soft-boiled eggs, some Timbits, some ground beef, and a whole metric frick ton of water with some Silo 9 electrolytes amino mixed into it. So I feel as prepared as I can be for a solid arm day. When I was doing cardio, once I was done, I just kind of loitered around the gym earlier, and this one guy was talking to me about supersets, and for whatever reason, it made me kind of think, fuck, I haven't really done any kind of like drop sets or supersets for a while. There was a period of time where every workout, every set was a drop set. Every set of bench, I'd get up, take a plate off, do a drop set. Every set of leg extensions, 10 reps heavy, drop it, 10 reps light. And I mean, I did get some pretty good results doing it. So, in the spirit of changing it up, I think let's add some drop slash supersets. I think typically when you think of a superset, it's like you do a set of triceps and then you jump immediately to a set of biceps. Usually I like supersetting the same muscle group, like pre-exhausting with straight bar pushdowns heavy, and then doing the rope really light and squeezing when I'm already fatigued, or backwards. Just all sorts of different little combinations like that. Like imagine doing, yeah, like imagine doing preacher curls heavy. Well, as heavy as you can go for, like, let's say 10. And then you immediately stand up, you grab some lighter dumbbells, and you burn out with some more lighter curls. That kind of thing, it only counts as one set in my book, but I can definitely appreciate it. Because let's say I do a set of the 50s for curls for 15 reps hypothetically, and I hit failure at that 15. I just can't do another one. I like it, but it's kind of a basic set. Like maybe I do 10 reps with the 15s, and then instead of going to failure with them, I drop the weight, grab the 20s, and then burn out with a light squeezing set. So, I always talk about doing a really heavy, kind of brutish set or lighter squeezing sets, and, any in between. But doing a superset like that, that's usually the combination I like. Either starting or finishing, well, either doing something really heavy and supersetting it with something light, or doing something light-ish to pre-exhaust and then do something heavy. That would be like doing, a set of leg extensions and then immediately jumping onto squats. That is a brutal one. That is a freaking brutal one if I've ever done a solid superset. But, yeah. Same as normal, push downs, single arm extensions, maybe some with a rope. Definitely some overhead tricep dumbbell extensions, one arm at a time. I've been loving those just for the stretch position of the long head. And with buys, I mean, I can pretty much do whatever I want. For the most part, I feel like if you do a couple different kinds of curls, and of course you do some heavy sets too, I think you're hitting your biceps in their in totality. Obviously, if you were to just do lat pull downs, you're not going to hit your whole back. You're forgetting about your upper traps. But buys, I feel, are a pretty basic muscle, right? What are you doing? You're going from here to here with load. So whether you're doing a seated dumbbell curl or like a dumbbell curl where you're sitting on an inclined bench and your arms are kind of behind you, or if you're doing any kind of cable or preacher or whatever, as long as you're getting a solid squeeze, you're adding to the pump of the lift, and you're actually exerting yourself. I think if two guys were to do totally different exercise selections every day for buys, they'd still get pretty much the same results. One thing I'll say, unrelated to what I'm saying now, this is a bit of a tangent, is, dude, fuck. Are you seriously pushing yourself? When I was doing cardio and I was just kind of walking around talking to one of my boys, Mustafa, and a couple of other dudes who I don't actually know their names, but we're still, gym bros, the deal there. Fuck, dude, all over. I just saw set after set with like zero intensity, man. Oof. I mean, I could not imagine doing a set and not pushing myself. At least to, oh, dude, I don't even understand. Like, you know, 100 reps in reserve, RPE 0. Oh, I think I see it too much. Obviously, not everybody, but I think I almost feel like it's becoming a little bit rarer for me to see some actual fucking exertion. So, take with that what you will. Kind of look at yourself in the third person and think, holy shit, dude. Did I really think that was a working set? And honestly, if you know you had like 10 more reps left and you didn't push it, the enlightened lifter would find that unsettling, to say the least. But I'm starting to get some beta alanine tingles all over my nose and ears. I think I'm ready to get in there. So let's just get started with whatever that first tricep movement ends up being. So I think I have a basic plan in mind, and it's going to start off with one moderately heavy set of these sort of cross-body single arm extensions. So with these with a normal push down, I'm really just focusing on moving around the weight through the rep, and just the fact that it's as much weight as I can handle makes sure I have a ton of tension on my triceps. But with this set, I am manually really going to focus on squeezing at the top. Like every time my arms straighten, I want my triceps to fucking burn with an extra squeeze. And then once I get so fatigued and can barely do some partials, then I'll call it. Okay, fuck. Oh, shit. Whew. Yeah. Let's move on to dumbbell overhead. That was a good one. Okay, so that's let's call it a squeezing movement in the books. Now, I'd call this more of a stretch focus movement. Of course, I'm still going to try to squeeze my triceps at the top, but the reason why I'm doing these specifically isn't because I can feel it like flex my tricep that well or anything like that. I'm really doing these and trying to implement more overhead stuff into my tricep routine because I want a big overhead stretch. Like I want something pulling way down here like this. Because I think, obviously tension in the stretch position, right? Adding to some fucking gains. But doing normal pushdowns, you just don't get that same stretch on the long head of your tricep. And for me, I think that's lacking. So I got to bias these sort of movements a bit more. But one here, maybe two, and we'll go from there. Fuck. Yeah. Okay. Let's do one more. One freaking more here. A little lighter though. 60 is pushing it. All right. Let's do some machine dips. So, I mean, fuck, I think I'm gonna cover all bases on this tricep workout. Right? Lightish squeezing movement over there with those double arm extensions. Crazy stretch with the overhead dumbbell. And then now, heavy dips. You know, if I feel like I'm fully pumped at the end of this set, then I'll just be done. But I do think I'm gonna go do one more of either the straight bar or the rope. But the only thing I'm really thinking about with these dips is I'm trying not to work my fucking chest at all. I want 0% chest and front delt activation and 100% tricep activation, which if you haven't done it a lot, can be kind of tricky just because by nature, this is basically like a really steep decline bench. So your body's fucking, let's just say biomechanics would make it such that for you to be the strongest on this movement, you would work your pecs too. But I think just by training for a while, you'll get better at selectively activating different muscles. So for the most part, I feel like I can only work my triceps doing these, and I don't feel my chest flexing at all. But let's throw the stack around and decide what to do next. Okay. Okay. Let's make this a drop set. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's finish with one set of straight bar. That was good though. That was good. That was like I was saying in the car, kind of combining a heavy set, but finishing with lighter squeezing reps. If you kind of catch what I'm getting at. I feel like this tricep workout was actually what I usually do, but completely backwards. You know, I've been in a bit of a habit of starting with the really heavy stuff and finishing with the lighter squeezing movements. Not that I think that's a bad method, but it's probably good to change it up every couple lifts. If you maintain the intensity, but change it up, you're clearly doing something right. So heavy straight bar pushdowns, and then I think we're ready for curls. fuck. Oh yeah. All right, I'm ready for buys. Let's pick some kind of curl and throw it around. Triceps was unconventional based on my normal style, so I'm gonna do the same thing with buys. No matter what bicep workout I do, I almost always start with normal dumbbell curls. So instead, change it up, start with the machine. Nothing complicated, but I mean, fuck man, just try to squeeze and get a good stretch at the bottom. It's a machine, so the path of motion is already set for you. You don't necessarily have to focus too much on the form. Obviously, don't do some weird shit, but all you have to think about is, okay, until you can't fucking move. So, pretty basic, but apparently that's more difficult done than said. As far as I can tell, it's just fucking Friday night. But let's throw this shit around. Okay. Let's do one more. One more just like that, and then move on to, I don't know. You know, that's what I like about machines. Right there. Being able to just do fucking literally a tenth of a rep as a partial and having that be, you know, the maximum amount of movement that I can physically get. That's why I like hamstring curls. That's why I love leg extensions. That's why I love pull downs and rows. Because even though I'd get too fatigued to do one more complete rep, I can still keep pushing it and pushing it and pushing it until, well, you know, right there. With movements like that, if you end the set just because you got up to here and you're like, oh, that kind of burns a little. This is the table and it is fucking covered in gains and you just walked away. Let's do some, let's think about what I'm gonna do. How about that? I feel like I'm approaching fully pumped. I mean, I just kind of sat here and not even doing a rep, just doing the motion of fucking squeezing. I feel like I'm about to fucking split my skin. I'm starting to think maybe I've been doing something by doing those heavy curls in the beginning, but dude, a bit lighter 20 rep really burnout set like that. Those were two good sets. I'm gonna try to do the same thing here with the preacher, and if this burns well enough at the end, I'm just gonna call it here, but to be determined. Oh my. Oh. Let's do one more. Actually, fuck, do I want to do one more? Yeah, I want to do one more. Okay. Now arms are done. Let's go check the fucking pump. Holy crap. Okay. So, I feel like this is a game show. I'm the host, and I'm asking you, what's underneath shirt number A? Is it nothing? Is it a mild pump? Or is it a fucking freaky ass, awe-inspiring, honestly frightening pump? And it's up to you to pick the right answer. Now, of course, me being the host, I fucking know the answer. Let's do the reveal. Let's do the fucking reveal. I mean, dude, even just fucking... God, I can't even... No fucking chance I touch my shoulders. This is sick. Dude, this shirt is fucking tight, too. I don't know if I can get this off. Removing pump covers gets a... It becomes problematic in some instances. But let me try to take this fucker off. I'm gonna be back in 1 second. I actually need to get some fucking help. All right. Now, if that isn't a fucking milestone, I said it before. I said this way back. This is, you'd have to have been watching for at least about 6 months or so. But I said, I mean, fucking one day I'm gonna need help getting the pump cover off. I'll admit that shirt was a little tight to begin with, but still, that's that's fucking badass. Oh my goodness. All right, let's actually check the fucking pump. Oh, dude, even just straightening my arms out, my buys are so pumped they don't want to extend that much. Very good sign. Sweet. Oh my goodness. I mean, who doesn't love a goddamn arm pump? Oh. Oh, front lat spread. Front freaking lat spread. Okay. All right. Well, I feel like a fucking certified beast. I don't think I'll need help getting it back on, but yeah, that's fucking cool. This will be a day to remember, that's for sure. But, I mean, you tell me, does this look like I only did fucking 4 sets of biceps? It definitely doesn't fucking feel like that to me. So, I mean, they feel just as good as if I were to have done 8. You know? I think, even me, I've been doing some fluff work, man. The sets, like those sets of dumbbell, or no, those sets of cable curls that I was doing, getting to the point where I can't even fucking move at the bottom. That's what I want to emulate every set. Usually with biceps, I don't have a problem going really hard. Sometimes I leave a little bit in the tank on triceps, I've noticed, which I am trying to get better at, obviously. But who does this remind you of? Maybe not. Yeah, well, we're getting there. We're getting there. Mensa level, that's still far in the future. But you know, if you know you're on the path, if you know you're on the right trajectory, then the fact that there are dudes way fucking bigger than you shouldn't demotivate you at all. If anything, it should kind of hype you up to say, yeah, just wait. Just wait, fucking. I've been watching too many Sopranos. I was about to say, just wait, you fucker. You fuck. But yeah, if you're legitimately making progress month to month to month, year to year, then, seeing somebody in the gym bigger than you, who cares? If you're making progress, then it doesn't mean they're bigger than you. It just means they've been doing it for longer than you. Don't get the two confused. But I think that's all I got to say. Yeah, I think I'm gonna chill on forearms. I think I'm gonna chill. They're not. Yeah, I'll throw them in every once in a while, but they're proportionate. They are certainly proportionate. So fuck, man. I don't want to leave the fucking mirror. I don't want to leave. You know, that's one thing I've said this before, but I'll reiterate it. That's why I like training with whatever muscle I'm hitting covered up. That's why I like having a big baggy shirt when I'm doing my actual working sets. Because then during the lift, I don't have to think about how I'm looking. I don't have to oh crap, I'm not looking very, day to day, you could be extra veiny or extra vascular, or maybe you're holding a little bit more water and you look softer. Seeing that kind of shit while you're working out, I mean, I kind of just consider it as a distraction. I'm not saying this is the right way to go about it. It's just kind of how I feel about the matter. Like, when I'm lifting, that's all I want to be focusing on, Like, in between sets, I don't want to be walking over to the mirror like, oh, how's the pump? Oh. No, I want to focus on my actual working sets. I want to get the work done. And then, once I'm fully pumped and my workout's over, I get to come over to the mirror, see myself all pumped up and bigger than normal. I mean, with this pump, fucking feels like bigger than life, and sit here and enjoy it. Now, I think that I do that. Let's just break down a little bit more lore. Back when I did my first bulk, I did not have a pump check. I wasn't doing pump checks, When I was, so I was main gaining, like just, lifting, staying pretty lean, not actually bulking for like 3 years. That was beginning to year 3. And then when I actually first started a legit bulk, I kept a fucking sweater on, I kept a hoodie on, I kept a long shirt on every lift. I finish my lift, and then I go home. 4 or 5 months of that, so that when I did actually check the pump at the end of the bulk, I had a real tangible change that legitimately surprised me. So, it's good to look at yourself to see how you're looking and everything else. But I think every so often it's not a bad idea to sort of go on a pump check fast. Like, let's say you're dieting down, or you actually stick to a calorie deficit, you track your macros, you know what you're doing. I think for a whole month, you don't do a pump check. Once you do it at the end, it feels that much better. But I don't know, that's just me. That is just freaking me. So I got nothing else to say, man. We're done. Let's get in the car and roll. After one more flex. Holy shit, I fucking love it. All right, so that was as successful of an arm day as I can freaking ask for. So I am gonna be able to go to bed very pleased tonight. Very fucking pleased. Now, I'm not so productive in every other facet of my day, right? I got a big ass pile of laundry. Actually, I guess that's the only other thing I've got to fucking do. But I had a good lift, and now I get to go to bed and say, yippee, good ass day. And then tomorrow I get to wake up in the morning and think to myself, oh yeah, I've got fucking legs today. Let's get up. Or I've got cardio. Let's fucking get up. You know, it's if you can wake up and kind of have something to do, have something on the agenda, not only that you know have to do, but something that you want to do, then that is going to be a much better scenario than having to wake up every day and think, oh fuck, I've got a blank. I guess just in general, you're going to be better off, even if you do the same shit, but to approach shit with the mentality of, okay, I get to do this. Oh, I get to go do this. I get to go see blank, whatever. Instead of, oh, fuck, I have to. You know, even by saying that minute change in your perception of your day, you know, you change it from something that you have to do, some kind of chore, to something that you get to do, something that you may, get to enjoy. Right? Your perception, your mindset, your ability to decide how you feel about outside factors in life is pretty much gonna fucking decide whether or not you're gonna have good days or bad days. You know, if you start anything with a fucking negative mentality, with a negative attitude, then you're just gonna find shit to be upset about. You know, I could get zero sleep for whatever reason. Let's call it irresponsibility. Let's call it just whatever. So for me to go to the gym, I am fucking exhausted. Now let's split the world into two fucking realities. One where I say, all right, dude, I'm dying right now, but I'm still gonna get a fucking leg pump. I'm still gonna see some of the guys I like at the gym and chat it up with them. All right, come on, let's go. And then the other guy is going, oh, oh, I'm so fucking tired. Oh, I mean, I've seen this firsthand. I wouldn't say the guy's name because that would just be that would be kind of mean. But I know guys at the gym where every day that I see them, all they do is complain. The only thing, oh well, I'm doing chest, but my shoulders are fucked, so I can't go that heavy. My elbows, they just freaking hurt really bad. So, and I didn't get any sleep last night either. So, I didn't have any meals either. I had like one meal earlier, and then blah 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 blah. I mean, if you want to say that, that's fine. But when I hear that, I really, in all honesty, think to myself, get the fuck away from me. I don't want to hear this. I'm sure you know somebody like that too. I'd rather hear the dude excited about what he's about to do instead of the guy who's just fucking complaining. Oh my god, it's just awful. Ugh. It's an infectious mentality to think that. Just, ugh. I mean, some people are just, by nature downers. And if you can recognize that and avoid it, you're going to set yourself up for at least to be more. Let me backtrack a little bit. If you can avoid that kind of person, or just listening to that kind of fucking words, you're going to have a higher probability of, staying hype and having a good lift. Having a good ass freaking lift. I was just talking to somebody yesterday, and that one dude who I'm thinking of came up, and it kind of just fucking annoyed me thinking about him. Ugh. What if every one of these lifts, in between all my sets, I didn't say, oh dude, that felt pretty fucking good. Oh, okay, I didn't really love that movement, but I'm gonna move on to something I do like. Dude, this is a badass pump, holy shit. What if instead of saying that, like let's imagine this whole workout, in between every set, I thought, oh, well, I'm fucking tired. Yeah, that didn't feel that good, but whatever, I'm just not that strong today, it's like just fucking, ugh, that'd be awful. Like, Jesus. Oh my goodness. So, I think what I'm really trying to say is you could go into the exact same situation, or you could do 2 days where you do the exact same fucking things. You have the exact same work out, the same day schedule. You have to deal with the same shit, do the same stuff, whatever. But if you can somehow fucking rewire your brain to be a little bit happier about it, right? Be a little bit more fucking jovial instead of a hard ass complaining all the time, then you're gonna have more fun, man. You're gonna enjoy it. It's like that little psychology experiment. It's like if you if you think about red cars, then you're gonna notice them more often, right? If you're consciously thinking about something, then you're gonna notice it more often in your day-to-day life. So if you're constantly thinking like a fucking chump, then all you're gonna see is the downsides of fucking everything around you. But if in your mind you flip a switch, you start thinking like a baller, then constantly you've got just fucking cool shit to enjoy all around you. So, I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but what are you gonna do? So take with that what you will. Something to think about. Something to fucking think about. Right? Try not to walk around all fucking. Yeah, you get what I'm saying there. So, solid arm day, cardio in the morning. Now I gotta go home and fucking eat something. I'm not sure what. I'm really not freaking sure what. So, these first 3 weeks that I've been bulking up, I've been counting the calories, but I haven't really been hitting any specific numbers. I've kind of just been eating as much as I'm hungry for. And that's been floating around the 4-ish thousand calorie range. But I'd say tomorrow onward, I'm going to start making sure I hit 4,500. That's going to be the initial bar. 4,500 per day, and then after a couple weeks of that, I'll probably up it to 5,000. And after maybe a month, a couple weeks of that, I'll up it to 5,500. And then after a month of that, 6, whatever. You get used to shit like that. And your body's going to get used to taking in that much food. So if you want to change your fucking results, then you got to change the stimulus as well. So if my weight plateaus at 4,500 calories, then that means I got to do 5,000. If it slows down to 5,000, got to do 5.5. Slows down to 5.5, got to do 6. That's the only factor that's going to change whether or not you gain or lose weight. I could have done this whole 5 years of training, let's say even twice as hard, with double the intensity. But if I only had 2,500 calories per day, I'd be 180 pounds. I'd probably be a freaky 180 pounds, but I'd still only be 180 pounds. Calories in, calories out. Don't forget it, and don't even think about trying to fucking refute it. Oh, my thyroid, this, that, the other. You're not going to beat thermodynamics. So, don't, when I see posts about people talking about how calories in, calories out doesn't work, I'm just, simply misinformation. Simply fucking information. So tomorrow's going to be legs. Going to have a good, at least, set of squats. Go hard on leg extensions, leg curls, RDLs. Check the leg pump, and then the next day will be chest. Just do it over and over again. Keep packing on some beef onto this frame. So that's all I got. I'll freaking see you next time.